Hello, everyone. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Please, could you confirm if I'm audible? Can you hear me very well?
I can hear you very well.
Hi. So, good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's another day, another Sunday. I hope we have recovered for those of us who went for the intercohort thing yesterday. I hope we have recovered. For those that did not go, well, I hope we're enjoying ourselves. Today is our last day of Excel. Since the beginning of this year, we've been talking about Microsoft Excel. We've done everything from what is a row, what is a column, and we went to how to draw graphs. Then Ayobami took us on other things, some more complex stuff, pivot tables. We had already done if statements, and we now moved on to Power Query. And so by now, I'm sure that all of us are Excel consultants. We're all consultants.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. So I don't know if you saw the message on the WhatsApp group. That's the work we are doing today. We are working with an Excel file. It was an actual interview. It was an actual test file to test a group of people's Excel skills. So I got hold of the data set and I felt like this would be a very good place to play with our knowledge of data. So I will just share my screen and we can go on from there. So behold, I shared my screen.
Good morning. Sorry, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much. Sorry to bother you. I know that Chinoe shared that the Excel on the group chat, right? I don't know I don't know what you intend to do. I was thinking that you want us to work alongside with you whilst you're doing certain stuff here. Probably everybody should be working on the Excel. I guess that's what the intention is. Is that what the intention?
Exactly.
Okay, so I want to appeal, right? If children can drop that Excel on this chart so that we can pick it up. I'm having challenge moving it to my computer so that I can use it. Just an appeal, please.
Oh. Would that be possible, Chinoe?
Yes, absolutely. I'm working on it.
All right, thank you. I appreciate
it. Okay. So without further ado, let's go right into it. So this is the data set, right? So for context, what are we working on? We are working on healthcare data. So you know that one of the most important things in analyzing any data set really is domain knowledge. That is, it is important to have working knowledge of the industry whose data you want to analyze. You know, it helps so that you can be able to see patterns where the ordinary layman will not be able to see. However, I got this data set because I felt like even if you're not in healthcare, they are very basic, simple things. We all know what it means to die, for example. We all know what it means when a patient is referred from one hospital to another. And we all know what it means for a patient to be discharged, right? We all know who a health worker is, nurse, doctor, and TBA. TBA means traditional birth attendant. Let me write it out in full. Traditional birth attendant. So that's the meaning of TBA. So for context, they are people who there are people who, you know, there are some women in rural communities who do not go to hospital to give birth. But there are people in the community who, because of their experience, whenever there's a woman in labor, they call them. So they call them, in healthcare, they call them TBAs, traditional birth attendants. And so these are patient names and genders. So the first thing when looking at any data sets, if you didn't know before, at least let's recap. The first thing is to look at the data set. What does it entail, right? We have patient names, we have their genders, we have their ages. Okay, I included this one, so let me delete this. This was not originally part of the data set. I'll just delete it. I want to get what it was originally. Then we have the number of days they spent on admission, right? And what happened after the admission? Were they discharged? Were they referred? Or unfortunately, did they die? And who treated them? Was it a nurse, a doctor, or a TBA? Right. So that's where we are. This entire data set is not here. So in your own, this is empty. So let me delete this. So I'm deleting this. Yeah. So now, all right. So if you look at the data set that you have, if you open it on your computer, it has two sheets. It has the raw data sets, which I'm showing you, and it has the tests. So these are the questions that we are going to answer. We're going to answer these questions using this data set that I provided. But while we are doing, before we start, we need to check, is this data good? That is, are there any empty cells? So to highlight it, to know if there are any empty cells, you can highlight the entire table, the entire worksheet, that is Control-Shift down and Control-Shift sideways to the right. I'm sure we already know that. So I'll do it again, Control-Shift down and Control-Shift sideways. When we've highlighted everything, we can now do the regular find, right? Control F. So Control F, we're looking for blank spaces. We want to say find all blank spaces. So according to, on this my sheet, there are no blank spaces. So that means this data doesn't have any blank spaces. If you check your own, I'm sure you should get the same response. But sometimes it's also good to check for, sometimes people don't write blank spaces are just empty spaces, they write not available. That is maybe when they were getting the data from the person refused to put their age, or the person refused to put, refused to say their gender. There are some forms you will fill on Google and they will ask you for your gender, and then they will say you would rather not say. So people actually pick rather not say. So things like that can come up as NA. NA means not available. So if you look for NA and we find all, we have several NAs, right? We have several NAs. So this NA is in the age, so it's in the gender. So because we want to analyze it, or this process we are doing now, what we are doing is called data cleaning, right? Data cleaning, we want to clean the data. So this person did not tell us their gender. The question is, should we leave it as NA and we have options. The first option is ignore anybody that says that doesn't want to give us their data. That's, we should not analyze them. They're not part of our data set. We should delete them. The second option is we could approximate what the person is likely to be. So if the person does not choose to put their gender, should we guess or just dash them any gender? What do you think?
What's the implication of both of them?
Okay, so for the, if we if we forget about people's gender, right? If we delete those people, if we delete those lines where people refuse to give us accurate data, it means that our sample size will reduce. That's the number of people we are analyzing for will reduce. If you check this data set, we are about 400 and something lines, that's 400 and something people that we are analyzing their data. But now that we've seen not available on about 50 cells, if we delete every line where there's an empty cell, that we delete this Yolanda, right? It reduces our sample size to like 300 and something. Is that still a decent number to analyze? That's one question. Second question, on the other hand, if we approximate and be like, Yolanda, that sounds like a woman's name. Let's put female, right? And then we say, let's find the next one. Valley, does it sound female or male? Let's put female. So we would be creating our own, we'll be putting our own biases into the data. And as we're putting our biases into data, it might skew the results of what we find. So the question is 50 out of 420 something too much for us to delete, or should we add? So those are the options.
Okay, so for me, I think, so before I answer, what is right, what is wrong? because maybe there should be a precision number, percentage. Because for me, I would have said, okay, let's just estimate, since we're working with data that is known, right? So we can have relatively accurate guess since we're working. So it's different when we're working with data that can go in any direction that we're not sure. Now, the reason why, so there's a logic behind having to estimate the sex of the person. There's a logic. If there was no logic, I would have said let's delete it so that we just are working with less data and then we'll have a more accurate result. But there's a logic behind having to guess for these people, right? And so I guess we should just include, give them different genders, and then let's move on. That's my thoughts.
All right. So do we agree? The thing is that so the truth is that there's no right or wrong answer. When it comes to data cleaning, there is no right or wrong answer. As far as you said, there's a logic to it. It makes logical sense. And the errors are small, that's like 50 cells in this case. You can actually impute it. Sometimes, I remember when we were doing, was it not a CFA or something in finance, and they gave us P&L statements for some companies for 10 years to analyze. And we couldn't get some of the data for those companies. That we couldn't get their, for example, we had Procter, for example, and we had a company's revenues for 2015 was 6 million. In 2017, we don't have the figure. Well, 2018 is 8 million. What do you think is it in 2017 that we don't have? Some people just did an average of those two figures and got the average. So as far as the logic, it makes sense. So I'm agreeing with you. And if anybody has any contrary opinion, you can speak. Going once, going twice.
What did you
say we should do, please?
Up.
What are we changing it to?
I'm saying that we use the names. If it's a female name, we put female. If it's a male name, we put male.
Okay, I noticed some of the NAs are from the name. So like you have Yolanda. Sorry, you have I'm seeing one name, Albina. So that na it has picked it as, so not all the details found. You understand? Okay. So if you go through, you'll see some for the names of people that have NA in their names.
All right, so let's just do it quickly, right? So Yolanda, female, right?
Yes, and you also have to check that there's no TB births, what's it called? Traditional
TB.
birth attendants attached to him. Don't give it to a male.
That's data that was given to us. So we'll work within it. So move on. Next. Valley, male or female? Sounds female.
It sounds like a female. People that are staged in which country is this?
Actually, it's dummy data.
Okay,
You
dummy
do not
data.
know. It's dummy data. Okay, Regina, that's not what we're looking for. Nah. Any man or woman? Sounds like a man's name, like Ernest.
Looks like a female version of Ernest.
Ah, so you are saying a female?
I don't know.
No,
I thought Joyce
Any sounds like a male, a male.
I'm giving female already.
I thought Joyce said we should validate it with the TB something. TBA something, traditional bed attendant.
No, we'll get there. What she was saying was that there are some NAs that, anyway, let's just go on.
No, what I said was that, for instance, if you pick and say, oh, maybe this guy is a male, you also have to go and check who attended to this person. Was it a traditional birth attendant?
Okay.
Was it a traditional birth attendant? So that's what you have to check too, so that you don't assign it to a male. Will a male go and give birth?
No, the thing is, you are bringing up an issue that, because I have analyzed the data before, I didn't want to bring it up now. But the way the data was given to us initially, there are many people who are male who came as M, but who were seen by TBAs. Like, look at this person. M, yet TBA.
How is that one?
So,
was it to be advised?
No, which is why we are saying that if you see a data set like this, because you understand, you understand you have domain knowledge, you can go back and tell the person that gave you the data that, oh God, this data is wrong. You did wuru to the answer when you're sourcing this data.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but this is not what I don't want us to spend too much time on this, because what we have to do today is plenty. So, moving on. Yeah. We're done with that.
Erling is female, right?
No, you say it's female, it's female.
It's female.
No, Erling is a female name.
Okay. Junita.
Female.
Female. Okay. This is why they say that the hardest part of data analysis is data cleaning. It can be very annoying sometimes. But once you are done it, the analysis will be very smooth. Okay, Albina.
Female.
Albina. Audrey.
Female.
It seems it's all the women that didn't want to give their genders.
They like being secretive.
Comrade, I did not say that.
It's mistake.
Slip of tongue.
Okay, so there's one here, Cheryl.
Female.
That sounds female.
Roseline.
Female.
Oh, you missed one. I missed one. Yes. Darlene.
That sounds female too.
Female.
Crystal.
Anyone you want to. Female.
Okay, so I think we are done. So now let's go straight to the point, right? What does our question say? It said we should describe the patients presenting their social demographic characteristics in appropriate charts. Describe the patients, right? Presenting their social demographic characteristics. Do we know what social demographic data is? I'll go back up, control home. Do we know what social demographic data is? That's age, gender,
Okay.
What else? In any questionnaire, it's usually the first portion of the questionnaire. So who are you, your phone number, your age, your address, things like that. Kind of thing they ask you in census. So name, we can't really work, we usually don't work with names because everybody has a different name and it doesn't really tell you much. But if you work with gender, you work with the age. These are social demographic data. Facility type, is it social demographic?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Length of stay,
No.
outcome of patients,
No.
type of healthcare worker.
No.
So the only social demographic data we have is gender and age, right?
Yep.
So what did the question say we should do with gender and age? Say we should describe it. Describe the characteristics of the people's gender and age with a chart. So can we just highlight these two tables? Sorry, these two columns and go to insert and draw a chart. Can we do that?
Yes.
Okay, like this. So we can do that too. So we are trying to do it like this. So we should do line, or we should do bar chart, Abby.
Bar chart.
You see what has come out? When you see this one, is it not giving you a headache? As just seeing it alone, is it not giving you a headache? Now, this is the point, right? This is the point of our conversation the last time. How do you identify pivoted and unpivoted data? I'll delete this now. This data that you're seeing, this gender, right? Male, female, male, female, male, female, male, male, female. Is this pivoted or unpivoted?
Unpivoted.
Okay. So when you want to analyze data like this, the idea is that you have to pivot it first. You have to know how many males, what you're trying to do is how many males are in this hospital? How many females are in this hospital? What's the ratio of male to female? Then for the age group, how many of them are under 25? How many of them are above 64? They're the kind of questions you want to answer with gender and age. But you have to pivot it first because this data is currently unpivoted. unpivoted. So do you remember how to do pivot tables?
Yes.
All right, let's go. So how are we going? We highlight everything.
Yeah. It's not a table, right?
It's not a table. So do you want us to convert it to a table?
What about the down part? What's there? There are some empty, or it doesn't
Yes.
matter. We need
No, it matters.
fill up all those blank spaces.
It matters. It's me that was doing all these ones. They did not send me a message. I was just doing my own. Let me delete all these things. Then ideally in a good table or a good chart, by the side, it's not supposed to be anything. It's supposed to be free of all other write-ups by the side or under it. So now that we have confirmed that there's nothing by the side of our data or under our data, see something here, let me delete it. Now we've confirmed that there's nothing by the side. See this one, no. I want to do another one, no. Let me delete this one. Okay, but we can leave this one because there's space. So if we convert everything here, oh no, let me delete it so that there will be no confusion. Let it be exactly as you have it in your own. So if we Ctrl-Shift down and to the right, and we convert it into a table. How do we convert to table?
Ctrl-T.
Ctrl-T. And voila. Hey, what is happening? The operation is going to change the filtered range of your worksheet and cannot be completed.
My own work too. Maybe you have some things that are.
Okay. Okay. It is saying that I have filtered something before. So let me delete all the sorting I've done on this thing. And then Ctrl-T. Okay, and it has worked. Hallelujah. Okay. So now that we've done that, now we want to pivot this data, right? So we are doing control, we highlight everything. Where do we go? Where do we go?
Insert. No. Insert. Yeah, insert.
Insert, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So because this data is large, I want to create a new sheet for it. So we have it here. What are we looking for? What do we want to pivot? What do we want to see? Social demographic data, right? That's gender.
Age.
Yes.
And age. So if we do gender first, and we take gender here, where are we taking
sorry,
gender?
Jeremy, what did you? Sorry to take you back.
No problem, sir.
When you went to insert, what did you click? Pivot chart.
So I came to insert, and then on your own, this will be showing. This pivot table should be showing on your own. So once I clicked on it, everything came out. I could do it again. I've highlighted everything, highlight the entire table, pivots. You can choose to create a new worksheet or to put it on this same worksheet. But I like to create a new worksheet because this data is large. So I open, click OK, and that's it. You get it, Abby?
So when I did mine, right, I didn't get that thing you're showing, but I went to pivot. I went to insert, right?
Yes.
So I saw, sorry, let me just cancel it. I went to insert. I saw pivot charts. I clicked it. I saw pivot chart and pivot table.
Mm-hmm.
And I clicked it. So it showed me create pivot table, select table range. I guess it's selected it then. Choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed. New worksheet, existing worksheet.
Yes.
Okay, so they add this data to data model. We're supposed to click something, but I didn't click that. So am I correct?
So if you do everything correctly, you get something like this.
Because let me click. Oh. Okay, I got something like that.
All
Okay,
right.
got something like that.
All right. So we can make progress. Let's make
All right.
progress. So we want to pivot gender. Gender. How do we want the gender to be? If you
Bro, why am I having 2 Fs?
Please check your data again. Maybe you edited it or something. Is it a small letter F, capital letter F?
They are both capital. Okay, maybe one has a space before it or something.
Exactly.
I didn't get anything.
So to do that, to confirm, you could go back to the original sheet, highlight the entire column, do find and replace. That's Control F. And then you can now be checking all the variants of F.
I've seen them. Some are in the middle, some are at the, I think that's how it came. Adjust it. So I have to start showing them.
Exactly.
For all the Fs. That's what happened. Okay.
So now we've put our female and male on the rows. However, we need to create a column to count how many females and how many males. That's what we want. We want to know how many females and how many males are in this hospital. So the same gender, you will take it to values. You want to know the value of the gender, right? So you click it and drag it to values. Did you see that?
Please, can you come again, please?
Okay. So I'm going to throw this one away and throw it away. Yeah. So we're back to where we started. Gender.
Yes.
We're taking this down. So because what we want to do is we want to know how many males and how many females in this place. So we need a column that says male, female. Then we need another column that counts the number of males and counts the number of females. So if you take gender to rows, that gives you male, female, or female, male, right?
Okay.
You can even change this thing here and click on this place that says row labels. You can click on it and say gender, if you like. Then you carry gender again to values. So what the beautiful thing about pivot table is that it automatically calculates how many females and how many males. So instead of you going to see, giving you that headache of that bar chart of that was blue line that I deleted, this calculates it for you so beautifully that by the time you want to draw a chart from this, you will see it will come out beautifully. If you do this and this comes out as sum of gender on your own, you're going to have to change it to counts. There's a way to change it. So if you're doing your own and you change it to sum of gender, you can always come here, value field settings. My own is already on count. In some people's own, it comes out as sum automatically. But you don't want that. So, but what you want is counts. So you can edit the count here, and voila. So the total number of people that came to this hospital were 495 people. Of these, 269 were female, 226 were male. Does this make sense? Up to this point?
I got 258 female.
Okay, you know that we had already edited some together here just now, where we said Wait. So if in your own, you'll get some as NA. Is that right?
Yes.
So for the purpose of data cleaning, we will change those NAs not available to female. Almost all of them were female.
Okay.
So if you change all NAs to female, you'll get this exact figure.
All right.
So now let's draw a graph, because the question says describe using appropriate charts. So for this type of charts now, what chart would be appropriate for this type of data? Bar charts, line charts, pie charts, which of them?
I think bar chart would be.
Can even use pie charts.
Bar
Okay.
chart would be okay, or pie chart or bar chart would be okay.
Okay, so let's try a chart. Whatever chart you use, please don't pick grand total though. You don't need the total. What you need is male, female. So you highlight this male, female with the heading. Of course, you know that you go to insert. I won't waste time on all these because we already know all these things. We're already consultants. So column charts, voila. You can see that when you represent this pictorially, you can now see that there are by far more females that came to this place than males. That means if this is one hospital, most of their patients are women. If they are telling you to advise them on advertising or marketing strategies, who do you think they should target? Which gender do you think they should target?
Females.
Target female.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the point. Just looking at these data sets, and this is the problem that many companies face. What they have is this entire thing, but they don't know how to make sense of it really. So that's why they usually call people like you that do MBA to say, okay, what do all these data mean? Tell us. So now, just by doing this graph alone, you can already begin to draw many conclusions from this graph that the bulk of your customer base or the strongest is female. However, another problem with data visualization is sometimes, okay, now tell me, Dr. Francis tried to highlight some of these things on the group the other day, but there's something wrong with this data, that's with the way this Excel visualizes things for us. Look at the y-axis. What do you think is the problem?
It didn't start from zero.
Yeah.
Or is that-
Exactly. If this data started from zero, right? If it started from zero, it will give you, it will look different. Like now, if you look at this chart now, you say, females are 2 times more than males in this organization, in this hospital. But is it really true?
No.
No.
You see, but because if you look at the y-axis, if this chart started from zero, you would have now seen that, okay, both of them are actually quite significant. It's just that females are a little more significant. By how many? This is 269. And this is 226. 269 minus 226. That's about 40 something. In actual fact, the difference is not that much, but because the visualization started from 200, that's why it's making it look different. So these are some of the tricks that some people use in reporting data that will just be confusing people. Whoever reported the election results for APC, PDP, please take note, this is not a political meeting, this is data analytics we are doing. However, if you look at those reports that were being announced on TV and on some newspaper houses, you will see that some of those graphs were drawn in such a way to make one political party look like they surpassed others by such a wide margin. Meanwhile, it was not true. So if you check the charts on the WhatsApp group during that election period, Dr. Francis brought up these types of issues, and you can see you'll be able to see some of the issues with visualization. So I'll not dwell too much on this one. We have to get things to do. But on this, we understand how we got this, Abi?
Yes.
All right. So let's move on. So we should also do age. So social demographic characteristics, that's gender and age using appropriate charts. So the question is, how do we do this age now? We cannot use this age like this because this data is unpivoted. We have to pivot it, right? So for age, when you're analyzing age of people, you have to put them in age groups. You cannot say 10 people are 18 years old, 5 people are 19, 2 people are 20, 0 people are 21, 1 person is 22. It will make your data look very scattered. But if you say there are 20 people between the ages of 18 and 25, there are 15 people between the ages of 26 and 32, it makes your data look more structured. So that's what we're going to do now, right? So just follow me closely and you can be doing it on your own too. Age of patient, you want to pivot this. Drop me back if you have any questions. We highlight everything. We insert pivot tables, open on a new worksheet. And what we're after is the age, right? So we take age the same way we did for gender. Age on the rows, age values. But for this one, you see that it gave us some. We want to count how many people are 15, how many people are 16, how many people are 17. We don't want to count the sum of all 15s or the sum of all 16s. So we change this to counts, value field settings, counts, press OK. And it tells us that 4 people are 15, 6 people are 16, 7 people are 17, 10 people are 18. We could have drawn a graph like this, but it will still look too plenty. See all the ages, the graph will be too wide. So instead of having this, we could have age groups. So to create age groups in pivot tables, we come to something called pivot table, and we come to the pivot table options, right? Pivot table tools, right? So let's see. It should be under options. Let's look for it. I'm not sure how your own will show, but it should be somewhere here. Group selection under pivot table options. Can you see it on your own?
Pivot table analyze.
Yes. In newer Excel, sorry, this is an old Excel. Newer Excel is pivot table analyze. So group selection.
Sorry, I've lost.
I lost. Yeah, you'll be found. Let's be found. Let me close this. Where were you lost, please?
Please,
Point where you wanted to start. Analyze.
pivot table.
You was saying something.
Yeah, that pivot table analyzer. How you categorize everything into 8th grade? How did you get there? From pivot
How do you get
table,
where? To this place?
Yes. How did you go to that place?
Okay, no, it's the same. It's just pivot table. See what we did.
Yes, I can see our age of patients from there. How did you get to where your cursor is now?
Okay. It is if you take the same age of patient.
Start from the data set, please.
From the data set, okay.
We start from this data set. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So what we are doing is we're inserting, we highlight everything, pivot tables by your top left, pick a new worksheet. Okay. Have you done that?
Yes.
Then when is it showing you something like this?
Yes.
Pivot table, something, and then it shows all this.
Yes.
So we're dealing with age now. So just pick age and drop it in the rows.
Okay.
Pick and drag to the rows. See what I did? Pick from here and drag it down. Pick, drag it down to the row label. Have you done that?
Excuse me, the row, is it the axis category or which one?
Okay, you know what? Then let me stop sharing so you can share your screen.
Okay.
So I'll stop sharing now. Are you attempting to share?
Yes. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can. Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful. So I can see you've already done this now. So you've already done the age, the row labels, and you already have the sum of age of patients. So what you want to do is to change, take your cursor to the sum of, no, come to these values. Values.
Okay.
Yes. You see that small arrow by the side after sum of age of pay. Yeah, that arrow. Click on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Click on it.
I've clicked on it.
Then value field settings.
Okay. Yep.
Then you want to change it from sum to count. Click on count.
Okay.
All right. Then click OK. All right. Do you see what has happened?
Yes.
So it has changed from the number of people who. It has changed from the number of people who, and the sum of patients to the count of the patients, right? So now that we have that, in fact, let's just use your system to continue teaching. So this
Let's
rule.
not use this table.
Sorry?
I said let's not use the system. I am struggling to get to this point. So how do you get it?
Okay. Okay, maybe you can. Let me stop sharing so that you can start.
All right, you can stop sharing. Let me continue.
All right, thank you.
All right, so this is where we were. Taking age of patient back here, changing it from sum to count.
I said from the data set, sir.
Oh, from the data sets. Ah, interesting. Okay. Do you have this?
Yes, I have that.
Now, can you highlight everything using Control A?
I've highlighted it.
Then can you go to Insert, where my cursor is?
I've gone to Insert.
Right? And then you see Pivot Table by your left.
Pivot Table, yes.
Then you click on it. Has something like this appeared?
Table range, yes.
Yes. Then is your dot on new worksheets?
Yes.
Now click OK.
Okay.
Do you have something like this?
Yes.
So now what we are saying is that we want to analyze the age of these people.
Okay.
right? So if you take age from here, you drag it. What you want to do is you want to put a column that says that you want to pick rows that give you male, female, and then another place that gives you the count of how many males and how many females. So if you take age of the patient, drag it down here, just pick that, double click and drag down. Double click
Okay.
and drag down.
I've done that.
All right. Has this come out?
Yes, it has.
All right. So double click again on the same age and drag down to values.
Okay.
Do you have something like this?
Yes.
So now what you want is to count the number of people who are 15 years old, number of people who are 16, number of people who are 17. You don't want to calculate the sum of all their ages. You're not interested in that. So to do that, you click on this small arrow by the corner here.
Okay.
You click on it and you see value field settings.
Value field settings. Okay.
When you click on it, you can change this from sum to count.
Okay.
And you click OK.
Okay.
Now, how many 15-year-olds do you have?
4.
How many 25-year-olds do you have?
6.
All right. So we are together now, right?
Yeah, right. Okay.
All right. So moving on from here, what we want to know is if we drew a graph for like this, right? Okay, we change the heading from here to age, and we change this to count. We left it as count of age patients, and then we highlighted everything except the total. You know how to highlight everything, right? Control Shift. Let me do it again. Control Shift right, Control Shift down. Then you remove your hand from Control and just go up so that you don't pick grand total. I'm sure we already know how to do that, right? These are some of the things we learned in the first class. So Control Shift down, Control Shift right, stuff like that. So if we want to draw a graph here, click on Insert after highlighting everything we want.
How do you avoid picking the grand total when you do the control shift left or right?
So you click on Shift and up, not Control again, or just Shift up.
Okay. Okay. So that takes out the grand total.
Exactly. Have you done that on your own?
Yes.
I think the file is too large or something. My system is not responding to clicking the
Oh,
file.
okay.
Okay, I remember what was it Mr. Ayo that taught us last time? He said we can go to design and there's grand total there. We click on it and we can remove it. Something like that.
Okay.
If you go
So
go to design.
Go to design.
You see grand total.
Grand total.
Something about being able to, I think off now. Off for row and column, yes.
Voila.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Awesome. That's a good one. Thank you.
Interesting. Okay, so we've done that now. So Control Shift down, Control Shift right. We've picked everything. And then we go to Insert. We want to draw our bar charts, right? What type of chart should we use? Bar charts, column charts?
Bar charts.
Okay, you know we in this part of the world, we like to confuse bar charts and column charts. This is actually column charts. Bar charts is the one that is sideways.
Okay, column then.
Uh, do you like what you're seeing, or is it giving you a headache?
Headache.
Headache, Abby?
And it's Panadol. Mm.
So what is usually advised is that instead of using these raw numbers, it's better to group the ages. Do you know how to group? Can we group?
I wanted to do before.
So children of God, let's start grouping.
Do we need to highlight everything to group?
Let's see. Grouping. Grouping. God of grouping. So you don't need to highlight anything. You just click on this anywhere here. You will see pivot table option tools. In your own, it will be pivot table analyze. You go here, look for group selection. Click on it and see the wonderful thing that comes out. So it tells us what age are we starting with? Automatically, the beautiful thing about this thing is that it automatically puts the highest and the lowest values for you. We have not checked this data set, but the youngest person in this data set is 15 years old, and the oldest person is 100 years old. So now the question is, how do we want to space them? If we say 10 years, this space by means by how many years spacing? So if we say 10, it means that we'll now be having 15 to 24, 25 to 34, 35 to 44, up to the time you get to 100. So should we try that and see?
Okay.
So I'll try that and we'll click OK. See what has happened.
I don't have options in my
I
own.
think that's how you do the grouping.
But you have pivot table analyze.
Yes.
Pivot
Yeah.
table analyze. Under which heading?
When you click on the table, just make sure your cursor is on the table. Then go up. You will see design. Before design, you will see
Which table
pivot.
is it just this table? The table that was generated this
Are we supposed to analyze?
this age and this thing, right? I should highlight the age and the count, right? Excluding the grand total. Right?
Ma, are we to? What's the question? What's the confusion?
The confusion is how did you get to putting them in
grouping.
different range, yeah, in grouping.
All right. So let me undo what I just did. Are you up to here? Do you have this?
Yes, I have this.
All right.
Yes.
So what we have is just click your cursor on anywhere inside this table.
Okay.
Then go to pivot table tools. In your own, you will see pivot table analyze somewhere here. Have you seen your pivot table analyze?
Yes.
Pivot table tool. Is it under inserts or what?
Is it under where? No. Have you clicked your cursor here?
Yes, I have.
Home.
You will see pivot table, something like pivot table tools here, or pivot table design or something. Here, you now see pivot table analyze.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
Yes. Okay. All
So
right,
under pivot table analyze, you will now see group selection. My one is now frozen now. Okay, let me use the old sheet. Use the old sheets. Change this to count. And then, so pivot table analyze, group selection, you click on group. So does your own come out as 1510? Hello?
I can't see group selection in my own.
I think he should share his screen. Yeah, it will be
All right.
faster.
All right. Please, let's see your screen.
You should even close that format shape. So the thing is taking the whole.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. So this format shape, close it. Let us see road. By your right. Format
Okay,
shape. Format.
Not
No.
that one. To the end. Go to your right. Top to your right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So what we are saying is click on anywhere here. This pivot table analyze. Do you see group?
Yes.
Click on it. Okay. Oh yeah, now click your cursor, put your cursor on A4 15.
Yes, A4. Okay.
Hello, Mr. Ike. Hello, sir. How are you, sir?
Then click on, please let's mute our mics. Then click on group selection.
Okay.
So click OK.
It's not going.
Yes, replace it.
Okay. Let me do it. I should click OK, right?
Yes.
I should click yes.
Yes, sir. Click yes.
Yes.
All right.
Why is it coming on top of the other two?
It's on top of the.
Joy, is that how your one also came out?
No.
It's coming on top of the initial table.
But since we have it done for now, maybe later on,
yeah. So let's draw the graph now. So now that you have this, stop sharing. Let me continue.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. All right, you can see my screen, right? So now that we have this, I click OK, the numbers come out. Then we can just quickly draw a graph sharply. And now moving at the speed of light now. Age groups. Just change the name of your header to age groups. And then if you draw a graph, you highlight everything. You can decide to remove subtotals like we did last time. But I'm not really a fan. That's Ayobami's discovery.
Design.
Design, Abi?
Design.
Grand
totals
of.
Yes.
Okay. So we highlight everything. We go to insert a bar chart again. Sorry, a column chart again. Even me, I'm guilty of that bar chart and column chart thing. So column chart. Does this give you less headache?
This is better.
This is okay now.
This is more. So you can even start telling stories with the data that, okay, most patients in this hospital are between the ages of 55 and 64, right? So from the young age of 15, as people get older, they are less likely to come to the hospital. Then something seems to be happening within this age group that makes all of them start coming to hospital. And then the number of people that come to hospital starts reducing. You can ask yourself, why are not people from this age group coming to hospital reducing? Is it that number of people in the population are reducing or whatever? But
could be mortality rates.
Mortality rates begin to increase around this time, so there are less people alive to come to hospital in the first place. Whatever your reasons are, that's left for you, the data analyst. But this is the data you have. So we have done many things today. We spent 1 hour. We have only answered number 1. Hallelujah. Okay. So let's just move on. The next question we want to answer is minimum, maximum, average, and median. We already know these ones. These ones are not median of ages of the patients. So we can actually just come here, right? What are we looking for? Minimum, Abby? Sorry, control end. Control end instead of scrolling down. So minimum, maximum equal to mean. This is the function of minimum. Equal to mean, open your brackets. Have we seen this function before? Equal to mean.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So equal to mean, you highlight everything, Control Shift up. Then you use your shift down to remove age of patient because you don't want the header. You close your brackets. You press enter. So as we expected, the minimum age is 15. The maximum, what do you think will be the function for maximum?
Equal max.
All right, so you click on it, highlight everything again, Control Shift up, Shift down to remove the header. You don't even need to close the brackets, just press enter. It tells you that the oldest person here is 100 years old. What else did they say we should ask for? Minimum, maximum, what again?
Average mean.
Average, median.
Okay, so average. We know that what's the function?
Equal of
Average.
Average.
That is in the name. So you click on it, you highlight everything, shift down, you press enter. So it tells you that the average age is 56.49 or 56.5 years old, right? So these decimal points are too many. Let's reduce them. To reduce, you click on the arrow that is facing backwards. We know this now. These are small things for us. So what's the next thing we're looking for?
median.
Median.
We know that median, what is median?
Middle number.
Middle number when arranged in descending or.
So median, the middle of a set of given numbers. Now, are these numbers arranged in descending or ascending order?
No.
So if we wanted to really do the median of this thing, we would have to arrange it. But ain't nobody got time for that. So children of God, I want to give you a shortcut to all these things that we have been doing. Minimum, maximum, average, median, clinical. Nobody has time for all these things in real life. So there's something called, if you click on your data icon, are you seeing your data ribbon? You click on it. So your data tab, you click on it. Then do you have data analysis by your far right on the ribbon?
And disappeared.
People of God, do you have data analysis on your far right of your ribbon?
Yes.
If you do not, you will have to go to File and get it. File options, many things. You go to add-in, it's an add-in. And then you go to then you now go to Excel add-ins. You go to Go. These are all long things. You go to Go, and then you click on this analysis 2-pack and analysis 2-pack VBA. Click on OK. But I already have it before, so that's why it's showing here. So if you don't have it before, you go to File and do that. But for data, for those of us that have it, you click on this. This thing that we are doing is called descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics. All this mean, median, mode, average, descriptive statistics. So you click on it and look for descriptive statistics. You click on it, you press OK. You highlight, sorry, let me remove this. You highlight the inputs. It's already highlighted it for you. That is the age that you want. You know that is a column, it's not a row. Do you have a data label age? No, we don't have it, so I will not click this box. If it had highlighted this age of patients, I would have clicked this label. But it didn't highlight age of patients, so I'm not clicking the label. So where do I want it? On a new worksheet or on this same worksheet? Let's create a new worksheet for it, right? Or no, let's keep it on the same worksheet. So output range, you go down. This is bad practice. I should press Ctrl End. And then here, I want to put this here. I want it to appear on this place. And then I click on summary statistics. I want to see the summary statistics. And I want to leave the confidence interval at 95%. For now, don't ask questions. Just know that usually confidence interval is 95% in almost every research you're going to do. So just leave that one there, 95%. Click on it and press OK. And behold the magic that has happened. Do you see this? People of God, do you see this?
Yeah, nice.
Yes.
Make my life easy.
Yeah, so it gives you the mean and you were using your hand to calculate average. It gives you that thing.
When you went to data analytics, what did you now click on? Descriptive.
So data analysis, descriptive statistics.
Okay, thank you.
You're trying to describe your data. So anytime you click on it, you press OK, it will already highlighted everything for you. The thing you want to describe is the age. It has highlighted age, all the ages from beginning to end. It is a column, not a row. Remember, this is a column. And then, because I want to click on it here, I wanted it to be on that place under. That's why I put it here. If I want it to be on a new sheet, I click this. So it's to be on a new sheet. I make sure my summary statistics and confidence interval are 95%. Both are clicked. Are you up to here?
Yes.
Then when you press OK, it creates it on a new sheet. Have you done this? Is this what is coming out?
On that table, I want to describe more than one column. Information in more than one column.
Comrade, do it one by one, Obiko.
Sorry, I have a question, IG.
Okay. Yeah.
Checking. Can you go back to data?
Sorry?
Can you go back to the data sheet?
The data sheet, yes.
So if you wanted to count like number of people that died, and people that were discharged.
That's, you want to know the outcome of the patients.
Yeah, so like, how do I count people that have died, people that were discharged? Since it's not in numbers, it's in words.
Comrade, this is the reason why they invented pivot tables.
Pivot table.
So it's actually one of the four. I think we'll treat it later on, but let's just quickly, if you can actually quickly do it, then highlight everything here. Control A, you go to your insert of pivot tables, create a new worksheet for you. What you want to know is the outcome, Abi. So
Yes,
whether they died, whether they were discharged, whether they were referred. The same outcome, you want to count those outcomes. Can you see?
Yes, I can see that. Thank you very much.
All right. All right. You can even draw it, now draw a chart from this to see it more pictorially. Just from looking at it, you can see that more people were referred, a lot of people died, 157 were discharged. So this place is not doing well. Only they are discharged, more people are dying than are being discharged. There's a problem. But yeah,
you can even, sorry, you can also, maybe you can also check, supposing you want to find out the people that died, is there a reason, maybe because of their age? Now,
comrade. No, comrade, we can do that, comrade. The way why I'm going in this direction is that the questions you're asking are things that we want to do next. But if we can do it now, we'll just skip it when we get there. So, and this is already 2:23, and we're supposed to finish by 2:30. And I know that people have other things to do. But me, I can keep going on. But if you guys say 3 o'clock, it's 3 o'clock. So you see that age group that we did before? Have you guys heard of VLOOKUP?
Yes, I think we did it last week or the week before.
So I'm not even going to waste time with this thing. You'll just be doing the VLOOKUP sharp, you understand? So I want to do a new table, and I'm going to call the table age group. The reason why we are doing this is because you asked a question, and your question was, how do we know of those that died? Joy, you're the one that did this one. No? It's not Joy that said it. Of those that died, how many? Okay, age group by those that died.
How many were age related?
Age related deaths. So we want to draw a chart or a graph of death by age group. See what. So back to the data set. So we want to create age group here, Abby. So how do you want to do the age? We said we have to create a table first. Age group. So if the person is around 15 years old, he should be in the bracket of 15 to 25. If the person is around 26 years old, he will be in the bracket of 26 to 35, right? 36, same thing.
You want to use that grouping or something?
To have a VLOOKUP, you have to have a source where you are looking up from.
Okay, we can't group the data.
You want us to use the group as the source?
No, not for me, like from the data set. Can't you just highlight and do the grouping here? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no. I just wanted us to use this as an opportunity to do VLOOKUP. If you want to group it.
Oh, I get you. Sorry, thank you.
So 56, 66, 76, 86, 96, like that. Then here is 36 to 45. 56 to 55, 56 to 65, 66 to 75, 76 to 85, 86 to 95, 96 to 100 or 104. I just leave it as 104. Even though we know that there's nobody that is up to 104. So now we have to name this table. Remember how in the first class we learned how to name ranges. So this, we are going to, what do we call this place? Age group, age underscore group, or no, age group. There's no space in naming, so age group, we call that age group. We know that, so we now go back here. Of course, we know that this is column 1 and this is column 2 of this range called age group. See the name age group. So this is column 1, this is column 2. Now, if we come back here and we say, dear Excel, if somebody's name, if somebody's age is between the range that we specified in that place, give us the age group that we called it. So what we are saying is, we now say is equal to VLOOKUP. The meaning of VLOOKUP is vertical lookup. It's basically saying you should go vertically down. If the person, like this person's age is 57, right? This person's age is 57. We are saying, telling Excel that it should look vertically and see any number that is close within the range here. It should assign that age group to it. Just see the magic that's going to happen. You guys already know VLOOKUP now. You are consultants. So VLOOKUP, lookup value. What's the lookup value? The age. Comma. What's the table array? What do we call the table that time?
Did we give it me?
Age
group.
Age group. Okay.
Age group. Okay. Comma. What's the column index number?
2.
2.
Column 2.
You guys are consultants, so do we want an exact match or just something approximate?
Approximate.
Exact.
Fight. Problem.
Hi, Obama, you are not a student, so leave us alone.
Oh, was it the one that spoke?
Yes.
You know why I was looking at exact, because I'm seeing that we don't have decimal, like 68.7 something, and that. So then you need to approximate. But since they are all whole numbers, so that's why I was saying maybe exact. But if we have maybe points, something. But our second teacher said that approximate.
No. You have to know why he said approximate, right? It's actually approximate, but it's approximate because you want it within that age group. If you choose exact, anything that is not, see what we have here. If you choose exact, anything that is not 15, it will not give you answer. Anything that is not 26, it will not give you answer.
Oh, it won't look within the range.
Yes.
Okay.
When you say approximate, you are saying look within this range. It doesn't have to be 15, but so far it's 15, and 25 shall help us.
Okay.
So let's do approximate, right? That's true. We now close it, now press enter. Behold.
Magic.
Please, I don't understand why we chose column 2.
Okay. So in this array, in this entire array now.
Okay, column 2. Yes, I get it.
This column 2, exactly. So now that we have this, we can now come and answer, I don't know, ask that question. Age related, is it by age? So if we click back here and open our pivot table, I now say, all these people that died there, what we're interested in people that died now. So we want to filter for only deaths. I don't know if this person likes deaths, but outcome of patients, filter only those that died. So now we are now saying that of those that died, what was the question? Their age is Abi?
Yes.
Age. So it's age group that we now need. Okay, we have not considered this in this pivot table. We have to create a new pivot table.
Can't you refresh?
Comrade, I'm not sure whether that will work. Let me try.
You refresh, it will pick it up.
Refresh.
Mhm.
Refresh. Function
And
F9.
where's that refresh button?
Is it refreshing on your own?
I made corrections on the data sheet and it refreshed. I'm looking for it again. Sorry. I think it's under
It will pick it. It's under data. Just
data,
anything that
right?
you add on that on
Yes,
that table.
data. It's
must
under
go
data.
into
Just
that.
refresh. It will now pick it. Data. Have you done that? There's something blocking your screen.
I'm not saying it in my own. No. I have
Did
to
you
try
refresh from data?
from data.
At the pivot table, yes, just
Click
go to
data
data.
on the menu bar. Data.
On the menu bar, data.
Yes, refresh
Refresh.
all.
Just below the data.
Just below the data, refresh all. Comrades, you are right. Comrades, you are doing well. So the age group has come out now. So our question was age-related deaths, Abi. So we can now, Abi now, is age-related deaths we're looking for now. So age, we drag age to where? We drag age to the rows. So, we've already filtered for only those that died, right? So you can now say that 24 people, of all those that died, 24 within the age of 15 and 25, 21 within the ages of 20, 25. But let's not use mouths. Let's see it on a graph. You understand? So let's see it on a graph. Let's name this thing age group. Age group. And let's number of deaths. So if we highlight everything.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Highlight everything. I want to use a column chart. Let us see what the data is telling us. What's the data saying? In this same age group again that is still dying the most.
In fact, even the older people say they are not dying.
They are not dying the way this age group is dying. What's going on?
15 to 25, they are even dying more than the.
They are hustling. Above that age, they don't relax. They know hustle again.
Okay, beyond that age, the stress reduces, Abi.
Yes.
When once you survive 65, the rate reduces.
Okay, now once you get to 85.
It may be that
Once you get to 65, the death
it may
rate.
be that there are illnesses that are prevalent in the younger age and then the middle age.
Result to death.
Yeah, so if you survive 15 to 25, the illness surrounds around 56 to 65. So when you survive, you may likely get to 100.
So explanation of data points is usually best done by people with domain knowledge. Domain knowledge. So imagine if you were a nurse or a pharmacist or somebody in the healthcare space that did this analysis. You'll be better equipped. As you are doing this, you'll be thinking, what are the diseases that kill people around this age? Is it stroke, hypertension, diabetes, things like that?
So you now
start. Ma?
Yeah, so you now have to get more data.
Yeah, the
Uh-huh.
data is just limited to this. So it's now for further investigation to know why are people dying around these age brackets.
So these are some of the questions that you need to ask as a data analyst who was given this data. So, we're done with this one. What's the average length of stay of people in the hospital? This one shouldn't take time now. Average length of stay. So
you can even do another pivot table on the same, instead of opening fresh ones, Abby.
Well, we can actually do that, but I'm even thinking average length of stay. It's not just to do average.
Yes. Yes.
Average. Abi now, highlight everything. Control shift down. Sorry, Control shift up since you're already down. We remove the first line. It's shift down. We press enter. The average length of stay is about 5 to 6 days.
6 days.
So this is average length of stay. So what's the next thing that they ask that we want to know? Hey, wahala. If senior citizens are those older than 64 years old, you see the first word. What's the first word in this question?
Citizens must be older than 64. If.
What does that tell us?
Condition.
Senior citizens, exactly. Senior citizens are above 64 years old.
Condition. So if senior citizens are those older than 64 years old, duplicate the main database sheet and complete column H. Forget about that duplication. Sorry. Then complete the main column, complete column H with yes if the person is a senior citizen and no if the person is not a senior citizen. So do you understand this question? The question is, by this side, they already created a column for you for senior citizen and not senior citizen. Is this person a senior citizen? So they said that if the person is, depending on the age, if the person is above 64, is that what the question said? Senior citizens are those older than 64, that is greater than 64. Therefore, what we need
if function.
We need an if statement. Thank you, my brother. So if, open the brackets, if what?
Age patient, age of patient.
If the age, Abi, is greater than what?
It's greater than 64.
Comma. That's a logical test. Comma.
You use what's it called? Inverted comma. Double inverted comma.
Thank you, my brother.
I say no.
That's if it's greater than 64, what should it be?
Sorry, yes. You say yes. Put yes.
Yes. And close the comma.
And then comma.
I can't see what you are doing. Okay.
Can you see it? Check the formula bar.
I can see it. Yes, I can see it now.
Okay. Then what should I type again?
Then you say less than. I'm not sure you put the inverted comma. Less than 64.
Are we supposed to do less than again?
So that you can get your no. So anyone that falls between above 64 is a yes. Anyone
I thought when it has already seen yes, if it's not yes, then it put no.
Okay, you can say otherwise no. Okay, yeah.
So no.
Then no. And close brackets. Yeah, okay.
Let's see whether what people are saying is true, because I don't know what you're saying. No. Oh yeah, bam. Hey, you guys are
Hey, sorry.
okay. So yeah, you guys already understand if statements, so that's good. So yes, so we can already see, right? You can already see the whole senior citizen thing. So now let's go back to data and refresh it so we can see it in our pivot tables, Abby. Wouldn't you like to know how many people are senior citizens, how many people are not senior citizens? So I go back to data, I'm refreshing all, so that when I come to my pivot tables, see, senior citizen question has come out. So what's the question I wanted to answer? Okay, we've already done this. Then I say, for those who spent 10 days in the hospital, what percentage are senior citizens? Wahala. For those who spent 10 days, what percentage are seniors? So can we go back to the pivots and say, those who spend 10 days is what we are going to use to filter. Length of stay, right? Do we agree? I don't know, so I cannot be doing it. If you have any question, ask. Oh, length of stay is 10 days. We filter length of stay 10 days. So the question says, for those who spend 10 days, what percentage are senior citizens? Senior citizens are those.
You don't need to use age group. You can use age of patients here, because it's not talking about the age group.
So I remove age group and I put age. Hey, okay. Enemies at work. Oh, wait. Age. Why is this giving me age group?
Why is it not? Take it back. Take the age group. You've taken it back.
You grouped it.
Yeah. Comrade, you're right. You're right.
But there's age of patients on its own now.
Let's see if I can ungroup these things. If I ungroup it, it goes back. Do you see how I ungrouped it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So it's because I grouped it before that time. So you can group it. We don't want to group it back. We can ungroup it. So we've ungrouped it now. So what was the question? What are we trying to answer?
The percentage of
senior citizens.
Okay. So already is the person
that stayed up to 10 days. That stayed up to 10 days.
Yes. So senior citizen, where am I putting senior citizen?
The value.
Values. So
no, sorry. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
So what do they want to know?
So I think this one shows how many senior citizens at, but you are still seeing 15.
Yeah.
So we need
so we need to filter for senior citizens.
For senior citizens, yes.
So where is senior citizens?
So senior citizens should be in rows, Abby.
Please, let us mute our mic. So hello. Help us. Thank you.
Mute everybody now.
Sorry.
Okay, no problem, sir. You know you're a consultant, so anything you say is allowed, sir. So
now we move that senior citizens to row.
Row, okay. Okay, let's try it though. If you say so.
The last
one. Bam. Wahala.
Wahala has happened, sorry.
But let's think of it first then, before we start moving things around. Let's think of it logically.
I thought the question is people that spend 10 days in the hospital, what percentage is citizens?
What percentage are senior citizens?
He has filtered it up there. He has filtered 10 days up already.
Okay.
So what the problem now is how to get to only people that are senior citizens. That's only people that are above 64, Abi?
So just remove the age of the patient and replace it with, can I see your, is the patient, yeah, that last one.
Age of
We
the
should take
patient.
the age of
Yeah,
patient
remove
back
it
and
and
put the
take,
senior
is the
citizen.
patient, yeah, put the senior citizen there.
Hey.
So now you
Okay.
now see all of them. The senior citizens are the yes. So percentage of them will now be
Oh, wow.
22 over 40
49.
or 49.
Equal to what?
22 divided by 49.
Yeah, the one that said it to is not me. Oh.
I put it in percentage, that's 45%.
How do I put it in percentage?
40,
Under
44%.
general,
That's about
under the home key, you see a percentage. Under the general, yeah.
This one.
yes.
Wonderful. So you are saying that 45% of those who stayed in the facility more than 10 days are senior citizens. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Sorry, who is speaking, sir?
James.
But do you know that? Hello, sorry, sir.
Okay, sir.
Do you know that there's actually a functionality under pivots that can give you the percentage straight away without you going to another place to do the calculation?
Okay, Sayabami, help us.
So you just right click under the value field.
This one?
Value field. No, on your right hand side. No.
Yes.
Value field.
Value field. This is value field.
Yeah, under column, beside row.
Yes.
You now click on sorry, I can't see very well.
Value field setting.
You now click you click on options, exactly. You now go and select
Scroll down, yes.
I can't see very well here.
Yes, you can scroll down. Continue, sir. Continue scrolling down. Percentage.
Somewhere around that place, that's where you pick that percentage of column total. No, click on the show. No, go back. Cancel. Click on the cancel below. Click on the show something as.
Show values as.
Show value as, exactly. Then open that one up, yes. Percentage of column total. Or grand total, whichever one, yeah. Yes.
And I click OK.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
That's it.
Please, can you do it again? I didn't get, I'm sorry.
Okay, so what Ayobami is saying is that what we just did now.
Convert everything to percentage. It's not only senior citizens want to convert. 45.
It's okay to combine everything and you pick your answer from what you were asked.
Yeah. So what he's just saying is that you come to what he's saying is that you come here to the value field settings, and then show value as, and here there's no calculation. The default is not calculation.
Yes.
You click on the options, and then you now click that you want your answers, that's this no yes, to become percentages of the grand total. So you click on it, and it turns your 22 and 20 guinea into.
Yeah, because that's what we asked for, that they should be in percentages.
Exactly.
Okay.
If you expand this one that we did before, it's just the same thing. 44.90%.
Great.
So, it's interesting. All right. So from this, we can say that Sir James was saying something that time, that the number of patients that come, that spent more than 10 days in the hospital, 44% of those are senior citizens.
So
As
let me see
almost
the question again. If the question is the structure of amongst the senior citizen, okay, can see. For those who spent 10 days in the facility, what percentage are senior citizens? Okay, so we need to unfilter every, so the number of senior citizens should be divided by the total number of patients, not the total number of people that spent 10 days.
No, they said
That's over the 400 and something people.
For those who spent 10 days.
Yes.
First question, those who spend days, filter all everybody that spent 10 days.
We've done that here.
That's what we did.
Okay.
You picked only 10 days.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've answered the question of those who spent 10 days, what percentage are senior citizens?
Okay. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah. So we obviously won't be able to finish everything today, but I'm sure you're already getting the idea. The goal of this test was so that you can see that we've done pivot tables, we've done if statements, we've drawn charts. You know, it was to touch all the areas of Excel. That was the goal of this. So even if we don't finish it together today, I advise you to just try when you're on your own at home. Try and finish it on your own, right? But let's just continue. With the aid of an appropriate chart, describe the outcome of patients by the type of facilities they sought care. So back to the same pivot table. Let's throw away all these things. Throw it away, throw it away, throw it away. Okay. So question says outcome by type of facility that was the sought care. Outcome by type. Where is outcome? Where is type of facility?
Facility type.
Is this what you want? Is this what you want?
The outcome of patients by the type of, okay. Yes.
Okay, so we already know that the 165 people who died, this 165 who died, we know that 59 went to PHCs, that's primary health care, 50 went to private hospitals, and 56 went to public hospitals. So if we say that somebody is going to die, and we don't want the person to die, where do we have the lowest probability of death by outcome? Let's look at for those that were discharged.
Sir, if we put that facility type under column label, how will it look like?
Facility type under column label.
Okay.
It's the same result, different format.
Although this looks better somehow.
This one looks prettier, Abby. It looks fine on the eye.
It's easier to just pick details from this one.
Looks Nigel.
Okay. So if we change this to outcome, yeah, and we change this to facility type. And we draw a graph with this.
Let's go.
So we highlight everything. We don't want the totals. So we insert, we draw column, we pick this, and behold.
You like column charts so well.
There are actually different data types and with different everything. This is an old Excel. If you check on your own, you will see recommended charts. When you go to insert, what's the recommended chart that Excel is recommending for you? Is it column or are there other types?
I'm on my phone, but this most times work with line charts.
Are you sure? Comrade, sir.
Someone who is on the laptop can check.
The thing with line charts is that line charts usually use continuous data. So data is either continuous or discrete. So continuous data are things like time series data, right? This one, discrete data are independent events. How many people died? How many were discharged? How many people were referred? Which hospital they use? But with time series data is continuous data. Time series says between this time to what time? What was the, so if you're looking at data from 1995, 1996, 1997, 1998 on the x-axis, makes sense here because we have 3 columns. That's 3 column data fields. So
I've tried it. Sorry, it recommended clustered column. What you have?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it recommended.
So
Okay.
Just best to pick visualization that depicts the data that you are looking for. So people of God, is already
my network.
As you do number 7, number 8, number 9, it gets more and more, not more difficult, just you'll be playing with pivot tables a lot. Right? You'll be playing with pivot tables a lot. If you do number 7, number 8, and number 9, trust me, you'll become a master of pivot tables. You'll be doing pivot table in your sleep.
But can we just spend 15 minutes if everybody, if we, I guess we wasted some minutes before we started. If it's fine for us, we'll be glad you take us through, or I will be glad. Just 15 minutes.
People of God, what say ye? I can do it. I'm very happy to do it. But do we agree?
15 minutes is fine by me. 15 or please. Thank you.
There are things you don't want to say no to.
Yeah, but we'll have the rest
for having time.
Want to go off, you can.
So I said he has already asked. You can go ahead. To say no against it looks banal.
That's what I'm saying. Anybody who doesn't want to stay can look at the record.
All right, so let's just breeze through it. Right, so let's delete this. We have seen what we want from here. You can copy this and paste it on the Word document for your reports, or copy it and paste it on a dashboard for your reports. But I'm deleting it now, and I'm moving back to the next question. With the aid of a chart, outcome have we done this? Outcome by health worker, we have not.
No.
So if we move the pivot table around again, we have outcome, but we don't have health worker. So if we move this and put health worker, this is what we have. We change this to health worker. So we can see that who is killing patients more? I not say anything, no.
No, sick. Oh my God, the way you said it, I don't even know.
But also, who is discharging patients more?
The nurses.
Nurses.
So does that mean, can you not see that? Does that mean
he kills more, discharges when he doesn't want to do, and even refer when he doesn't want to do?
So now the question is, why are all these outcomes coming from this same person? You can see that from overall, they see the most patients. So normally they see far number of patients, right? They see a lot more patients than everybody else. So it's obvious that whether bad or good outcome, they will be the highest because overall they see the most number of patients. That's why it's important when you're interpreting your data. At first glance, anybody that sees this report will just gone and shouted, "Hey, nurses are killers." But no, the thing is that most patients are seeing nurses than seeing any other person. You understand? So who is referring people the most? CBAs, the traditional people. So it's obvious that when a traditional person sees that, maybe when they see that, oh, this don't pass my power, they will refer you to either a nurse or a doctor. So you can interpret this anyhow you like, right? Depending on your exposure to the domain knowledge. Again, I keep insisting on domain knowledge. If you're an engineer, for example, and we are interpreting engineering data sets, what an accountant will not see, you will see it because you are inside the industry. So you are better equipped to interpret data in your industry. So we get how we got this now, right? We can move on to the next question. Now.
Yeah.
All right. So the next question is, describe the male patients who died. See the level of specificity of data that they're looking for. They're telling us to filter male patients. Those male patients, they're telling us to filter only those who died. And then when we've done that, we should now get it by their age group. By their age group, by the type of facility they sought care, and by the health worker that provided care. So let's attempt this. Let's attempt this one. This one is looking like not to give somebody a headache, but we want to fight our battle. All right. So we are here. So the same, we are here, we'll remove all these ones, right? Remove this, remove that. The same male patients, Abby. Male patients, so we want to see only males. So we should filter for males. Only males. Now they say male patients who died. So outcome. male patients who died. So you can see that you can select multiple filters, right? That's all we are doing here, male patients who died. They now said by their age group. That means on this side, you want to see all the age groups on this side, right? So you pick age group and put here. Voila. By their age groups, then the age group values. Right? So 76 males died. Right? 76 males died. Now, these 76 males that died, of these 76 males that died, 10 were between these ages, 11 were within these ages. Let's see that 56 to 65, that notorious age group, they are still the highest again, 13. So
yeah, not true. Facility.
They're not true, Abby.
Yeah, facility.
Yeah, facility. So type of facility, they sought care. Type of facility, where are we looking at for type of facility? Facility type. Okay, so we are putting that under where?
Row.
Row.
You can put it under column, so it'll be straightforward.
Okay, let's try column. Ah,
That's nice.
Okay, what else? Facility type is okay. And health worker. And the health worker who provided care. Okay, so this is type of health worker. Let's try column again. Is this making sense to you?
No.
It's not giving your eye pain. It's giving you
row. Let's use row.
Let's try row. It's not still giving you. What's this one giving you now?
It's okay like this, but it's better you filter so that you can check.
You want to take them one?
Yeah,
okay.
Facility.
So this is all of them. This is all healthcare workers. You see, all healthcare workers, right? So we can actually draw a graph like this. This is facility type. Facility type. This is age group. And then if we now highlight everything here and draw a graph, column again. Sorry. So this gives us, I want it to be big. We expand it. So this gives us the outcome. Outcome by age group. Outcome of all age groups by the type of facility, right? Outcome of all males that died among all age groups by the type of facility. Now, if you want to filter for only doctors, you see that the chart refresh automatically. You want to filter for only nurses. You see that the chart will refresh automatically. You want to filter for only TBAs. The chart refreshes accordingly.
So to avoid all the filtering, I think it's always good to have a slicer of all these three genders or type of health worker, so that as you click,
You are talking. You are talking. Child of God, you are talking. So can we impute a slicer? Should we do that? Or do we know how to impute slicers? Because I'm looking at time. I want us to finish.
Yes, we've been taught how to insert a slicer. So
Okay.
we could then continue and individually we.
Yes. So on your own, you can impute a slicer. So let's not do that today.
Maybe we can try, because the next question is just on female. Maybe you can just filter with female. That solves that.
Okay. So comrades, slicer. We want to slice this data, slicer. Insert slicer. And we see this under pivot table analyze. Have you seen your slicer under pivot table analyze? We want to insert a slicer. What are we slicing by?
Age group, outcome of patients, and type of health worker.
Type of health
gender,
outcome of patients, and type of health workers.
Gender, outcome, okay. We're inserting 3 different slicers. Let's arrange them neatly.
Then from the table, we can remove the ones under filter.
So remove filter, remove type of healthcare worker. Was gender there? No.
If you are okay. If you are removing, are you not moving to row and column, or you are taking it out totally?
Which one?
Like the
You're
gender.
taking it out.
Because there's a slicer. Okay.
Yes.
So let me take this graph. It's blocking my road. Let me take it away.
What about the outcome of patients? You didn't remove that one from the filter.
Outcome of patients. All right. So now, this thing's gender is blocking our road.
You can reduce it from below.
Yes. Sorry, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My network is telling me that we should close, but let's just quickly do this one. So, so slides for those that died. Voila. Slides for those that were discharged. Voila. Let's see whether the chart is changing.
Do we need to connect them? So, what was that thing again? Relationship, something.
You can't do that one on your own. I don't want anybody to bite my notes that I took more than 315.
It's connected already.
Voila.
Okay.
Nurses, TBAs is changing. Male, female, male. So and as you see, as it's changing, my chart is also changing.
Yes.
Enemies. Enemies at work.
At the last minute.
At the last minute. Anyway, so that was I think that was the last. Was that the last question?
The last it talks about doing the female part, which is just to change the gender, and then the last one to present or develop a PowerPoint presentation telling a story with insights you found.
So we've already done the female part by just inserting that slicer and clicking on female. You've already done the female own. So, people of God, I think we have on this note, we can pause our learning of Excel. And I think that we've covered significant ground to be able to, as you're going back to your office or wherever, you are an Excel expert. Anything in Excel, you are a boss. So, in fact, just go out there and do wonders. So, are there any questions before we close? Any comments, contributions?
Sorry, quick question. All the former sessions we had, all the recordings are still available, so you can put
Of course. So all the recordings, Chinoyi has been sharing them on the group every week, but I'm sure you can meet her. I'm sure she's compiling them. If there's any other way to see the videos, because I think she's working on it, and she just told me insider information that she's working on another way for us to be able to access the videos. So when that one is available, you'll be able to watch them in real time. But for now, anything you need as far as video is concerned, just holler at Chinoyi on the group.
Thank you, boss.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right. So it'll be nice doing business with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Abai, for
Have
your
a
banner.
nice day.
Thank you,
Great week.
IJ. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ayobami. I've done very well.
I'm really impressed. I'm happy to see the rest and the questions too. It will be as if nobody is following you. But I would like to also add something. The last question on this particular exercise talks about doing a PowerPoint presentation. From the look of things, anybody that wants to do that PowerPoint presentation will most likely have to start afresh. I don't know if you actually, all those things we are doing, if you add it in mind so that it will be easy to just copy and paste when it gets to that PowerPoint presentation. But at the same time, you can also approach the dashboard method approach such that you just design it like that dashboard. So you just do the screen grab and paste it on PowerPoint, and that will take care of all the stress. That's my only contribution.
That's true. That's true. So in fact, that's what I did when I was working on it. I just copied and pasted, copied the graphs and pasted them, and then did the PowerPoints. That's all.
But with the numbers still be changing, if you have a dashboard and you paste the dashboard on the PowerPoint and the Excel is not linked to the PowerPoint, would the connections still be active?
Can I answer?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Please.
There is a way you copy. When you copy, you say link. If you use that link option, your dashboard will be working on PowerPoint. But there is actually a limit to which you can use it. If you update something on the Excel, it will update what you have on the PowerPoint. But I'm not sure if Slicer will now be functional on PowerPoint. That will now allow you to be changing things. I'm not sure of that. But if you link the data on your Excel to PowerPoint, any modification you do on Excel, it will just go and change the data you pasted on your PowerPoint. That is what I know.
Okay. And if I send the PowerPoint to Mr. Abayomi, for example, and not the Excel, anyway, the class has ended. I think that is almost clear. Without the Excel, it might be difficult to work. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So
okay, sorry. Well, if you are doing that thing, there should be a way by which you connect it. It is another beyond Excel, is beyond this class. When you are copying that, if it is in your office, you have a general drive or a SharePoint. That could be a basis by which that things could be working. But if you send it to someone and the system is not able to connect to the source of the data, sorry, it won't work. It will mess up your presentation. It's good to know that. That is why in that case, you might need to go for static data and not the dynamic one, not the one that will be linking. So you just copy and paste and they will just take it as it is.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes. All right, sir.
All right. Thank you. So we'll see next week. I'm not sure what we'll be doing next week, but Chinonye would, I'm sure Chinonye will tell us what we are doing next week. So bye for now. Have a great week. God bless us all.
Thank you so much, IJ.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.